ain't getting divorce, separation, none of that. The only way out of here is in a box.
Can you
a
help
body
me?
bag.
Whoa.
So can you help me?
I don't think that that's healthy though.
I feel incredibly lucky to have shared them with someone as special as Prince. She will forever hold a special place in my heart. There is no animosity between us, only love, respect, and deep.
I don't know about that. What is good? Diamond Dynasty, baby. Y'all already know what's going on in this video today. Man, as you guys can tell by the title of this video, what we're gonna be reacting to. Shout out to Mega 5 stars, okay? A lot of you guys been sending me this video by Mega 5 stars, and y'all are saying that I need to react to this video because Tati did respond, okay? So I don't know what to expect from this video, but we finna see what's going on, all right? Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their aunt, your mama, tell their Uncle Joey, still a hoe. Let's get right into the video, man. Let's get it.
Welcome back to Mega 5 Stars YouTubers News Edition. So guys, let me just start by saying this about Tati and Prince.
I forgot my root beer, y'all.
And to all of you out there, be careful what you say in the universe. Be careful what comes out your mouth. Even if you're just playing, be careful.
That's a fact.
You can speak words into your life and into
back in.
existence. Okay?
Yep. She's so right about that. I talk about that all the time, y'all. Y'all already know, if you watch my video, I tell y'all that you manifest and create your reality through your thoughts, through your words, and all of that. So make sure that you are very careful what you put into your mind, and also what you say out of your mouth, and what you think with your mind, and what you feel in your heart. So I definitely agree with you on that.
And this is what they pretty much did here. Well, what Tati pretty much did here.
What happened?
So we wanted to come in here and talk to you guys, and I think we owe you guys that. It's the respectful thing to do. Okay. But this is something that has been going on for quite some time now, so I think now is finally the time to tell you guys that we are separating.
Yeah, these are not good videos to do. I'm not gonna lie. The breakup videos, the fake breakups, and tricking your audience and all of this shit, and the cheating pranks and all of that can manifest in real life. You know, sometimes you don't understand the power of your words and the power of your emotions. And when you do these pranks, because I've done pranks like this before, when you do these pranks, you actually got to channel something within you, right? If you at least want to be believable, you got to channel certain emotions, right? You're channeling these emotions, and these emotions end up becoming things, right? Thoughts become things, emotions, and all of that shit. If you create a thought and an emotion and you put that shit together, it's even more powerful. So these couples don't even understand that they're tainting their relationships by putting bad juju out there by doing these fucking pranks. But anyway.
It's really sad. But it's out of our hands, and there's what? We're separating. Separating what? We're
them legs, bitch.
And
What are you doing?
Them legs, baby.
A what?
Getting a divorce.
We're getting a divorce?
You know, things just haven't been great now.
And it's interesting how Tati is saying it, and Prince is not saying it, because I don't even think Prince could muster up the sentences to say it, because she seems so invested in Tati, you know what I'm saying?
For a while, and we think that we owe it to you guys.
See? So you chocolate shit. You chocolate shit. Oh my god, there's fucking orange in my hair. And that's it. That's the end of my story. No damn divorce, separation, none of that. The only way out of here is in a box.
Can you
a
help
body
me?
bag.
Whoa.
Stop talking and help me.
I don't think that that's healthy though, you know? No shade to Prince at all, but I don't think it's healthy to feel like you ain't leaving. You know what I mean? You ain't leaving. You ain't going nowhere. We gonna go out together. That's kind of a little scary. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? I understand really loving the person or whatever the case is. At the end of the day, we all have free will. And the moment that you don't want to be with me, baby, bye. Because why would I want to be with somebody who doesn't want to be with me type shit? You know what I'm saying? Also, I want to say that I say over and over and over and over again, a relationship does not guarantee security in a relationship. A marriage does not guarantee security just because you're married, right? People cheat all the time. And not only do people cheat, some people are not even into that person being married or being in a relationship. So you always gotta make sure that you are not trying to possess a person like you would possess a dog, possess a purse, possess a shirt, possess some shoes. You can never possess anybody. And the moment that you get possessive over that person, you gotta know that there's some toxicity there. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that we ain't all been there. We all been there at some point, but as you evolve and as you grow and as you strive for healthier relationships, what you want to do is you want to give that person free will, right? If that person is really supposed to be for you, then once again, you're not going to have to force a triangle in a circle hole, right? You're not going to have to force anything. Everything is going to flow, and you're not going to have to possess a person, right? You will allow them to be with you for however long they want to be with you, or vice versa, however long you see that they should be in your vibration, your space and shit like that. And then you let them go when the time comes, if the time comes. But to say that we going out together, nah, bruh. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. Aren't you like,
that ain't healthy.
No, you out. You out, baby. We divorced, right? You don't get up off of me.
Only person you should possess is yourself. You feel me?
And so we're here. And as you know, Tati and Prince are now talking about divorce. All right, so guys, you know they went to London. They moved to London, and Prince was having a lot of anxiety attacks.
She wasn't feeling it.
Emotional problems, and it just was too much on her. And she started even losing weight and not looking herself at all. I mean, her fans started saying they see a change in her. She doesn't look well. And she didn't look well to me at all.
She just didn't look happy, you know what I'm saying? She definitely looked uncomfortable. You know?
No, I mean, you could see the weight loss. You could see that she wasn't getting sleep, the bags under her eyes. And it was just too much for her. But, as Prince would tell it, she was willing to stick it out. But Tati asked her to go back home, is what Prince said. She told her to just go back home and for a couple of weeks or so. But it turned to longer.
That's tough.
And now, all of a sudden now, we're hearing that they're not together anymore.
So now, okay, all right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Comment down below. All right. Because y'all know I'm catching up with all of this shit. Tati was obviously the one that put in her ear that she wants to move to the UK, right? That was Tati's idea. She said, okay, because I remember Prince saying we had plans. We was going to do this, do that. So you mean to tell me they talked about going over there. They had plans and everything. Only for Tati to tell Prince that she needs to go back for a couple weeks? Nah, bruh. She got something else lined up. She doing something strange. I don't know what the hell's going on, you know? That's what's going on in my mind. Because why would you want your significant other that you also love so much, your wife at that, to leave you for a couple weeks? Fuck is you doing? Getting your freak on? What are we doing? That's crazy. That's crazy right there, man. I ain't gonna lie.
It didn't work out.
That's crazy.
Okay.
But that's just my assumption. Let me just say that. I'm assuming, and I'm wrong for that, but I'm just saying. That shit is not adding up at all.
Again, we're here, and they posted, Tati put up a post on her Instagram, and she put up a very modest post on Instagram explaining their breakup, announcing their breakup, before she put up the post that you're here for. But before we get into that, here's the post, the first post that she put up. Okay. And it read, with both sadness and gratitude, I want to share that Prince and I have decided to part ways. This marks the end of the beautiful chapter in our lives, one that we will always look back on with love and appreciation. The past 5 years have been some of the most meaningful and unforgettable years of my life. I feel incredibly lucky to have shared them with someone as special as Prince. She will forever hold a special place in my heart. There is no animosity between us, only love, respect, and deep
I don't know about that.
sense of gratitude for everything we built together. We've grown so much as individuals and as partners, and now it's time for us to support each other on our separate paths.
Comment down below, let me know, do you guys think that they just naturally grew apart? Because I've been seeing some comments here and there, but I see some comments saying that y'all think that Tati wanted Prince because she was chasing clout, or she was chasing money, or chasing fame, chasing what could be. Do you really think that Tati was into Prince for her? For her, just for Prince, right? Now, of course, when you spend a lot of time together, years on years on years, you get married, whatever the case is, I know everything happened very fast. But when you spend a lot of time together, I'm talking years together, then of course you're gonna have love for that person. But I'm talking about in an intimate way, seeing real life longevity with that person. What do y'all think? What do you think her intentions were? All right, because to me, I think that it's pretty clear. I think all of us would be on the same page to say that Prince was all about Tati, okay? Just from what I can see, and I ain't seen much. So that's why I'm asking you guys, what do y'all think was Tati's intention? What do y'all think was Prince's intention? I really think Prince's intention was to do everything in her power to make her significant other, her wife, right, happy. But what do y'all think about Tati? Let me know in the comment section down below.
To our amazing community, thank you for being part of our journey. Your love, support, and kindness have meant the world to us. We truly hope you'll continue to support us as we navigate our individual journeys moving forward. With love, Tati. She made it sound like her and Prince are in such agreement with each other. And
yes, and I want to know, what do y'all think? Do y'all think that Prince knew? Like, did they talk about this before she posted that? Did Tati say, hey, I'm gonna post, I'm gonna go public about our breakup, whatever the case is? Was that a known fact to Prince or not? And y'all know I paused the video a million times, so if you would rather just watch this video, the link to her channel is in the comment section down below. This particular video is in the description down below. But if you want to rock with me, eat some food, watch it, and watch what I have to say on it, I fuck with y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. But just to let you know, if you haven't been on my channel, I talk and talk and talk, and I pause about 50 million times. So I'm just preparing y'all for what is to come. But anyway.
And that they're both fine with what's going on. They're moving forward. They're going to show love and move gracefully without any hate or any animosity. They're just going to go ahead with their lives. But that's not all what Prince did. Prince did put up a nice post. This post. I'm not going to read it because I'm sure you all read it too. And it was a very nice post. But Prince did mention that this was too something that she did not see coming.
So they did talk about it.
And also she did show support for Tati and said she still loved her. But this wasn't it. Prince wasn't finished. Because she came out with a video. When she started off that video by saying to Tati, you cold. You're a cold piece. Man, I felt that. I felt that. I was like, wow, Tati did her wrong. But I felt that.
She had to have cheated, right? Bro. But she had to have cheated.
She goes into more details. She said once they got to the UK, Tati changed. She wanted to stay out to 3 in the morning. And she wanted to do things that she's not supposed to do as a wife. I guess Tati wanted to be up there in them streets. In them UK streets.
You can't blame her though. You can't blame her. Once again, as an older stud, you know, if you get with somebody who can't even buy you a drink, right? When they got together, Tati was 20 years old. You had to know, with almost a decade between y'all, a decade age gap, you had to have known that this woman is probably not on my level. She's probably not going to be able to hang long term. So if anything, maybe we'll mess around or whatever the case is. But anything long term, anything serious, you probably want to withhold, or you probably want to hold back from engaging in something like that with somebody who is like so young, bro. You know what I'm saying? So young. Now don't get me wrong, there are some women that are young who have an elevated mindset, right? There are some younger women who have a better mindset than like women my age. You know what I'm saying? So, not to take away from the younger ladies, okay? But at the same time, 20 and 30 are two different phases of life, bro. Right? The shit I was doing in my 20s, you know what I'm saying? Like, I needed to do that. So when I got to my 30s, I didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. I done wild out, okay? So, I feel like Tati hasn't went through that. And I could be wrong. Like I said, I have no knowledge or history of watching them at all, right? So, I'm just going based off of what has come out so far. But let me know what y'all think.
Then the shocker came when she said after Tati told her to return back to the United States, and she went back to the United States, she had to go to her old apartment to pick up a cable box that she had to return. So she took a picture of the apartment to show Tati. But before she went there, she knew Tati said she was going to a hotel. She was going to the Noble Hotel because she wanted to start filming for her video, for her YouTube or some channel.
Okay.
She said, but she felt funny. But anyway, when she took the picture to send it to Tati, she said Tati didn't pick up the phone. She said she got no answer. So what was Tati up to is all I want to know.
Man,
like,
no
wow,
good.
Was she cold? Did she did her dirty? But anyway, she goes on to say Tati just started moving funny. And throughout the video, Prince kept saying,
and I ain't gonna lie, I feel like it's very true. I know we're all, right, we're lesbians, okay? We're lesbians, and we're both girls, we're both women. But I do feel like with women in general, right? They will move on while in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Women will literally move on while in the relationship. Maybe not physically cheat, right? Maybe not text nobody cheat, maybe so, I don't know, right? Or maybe they would be cheating, but I mean like mentally they're checked out, like intimately they're checked out. You feel me? It doesn't seem like Tati wants to fight for this relationship at all or this marriage at all. Like she, peace out, you know, it was fun, but now let me live my life type shit. That's the vibe that I get, and I could be wrong, you know? Let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know what y'all think.
Telling Tati she didn't have to do her like that. She kept on saying you don't have to do me like that. So something must have went down. Something else must have went down. But Prince is really not going into detail.
Maybe she got that old thing back. You know what I'm saying? You know how you might move away, or even if you live in the same place and an old ex hits you up and they want to link and all of this stuff. Like I said, all of these are just things that could be. I'm not saying that this is what it is, but you just never know, bro. She's back in her, you know, hometown type shit. You know what I'm saying? Back around people that she was comfortable around, who she made memories with once upon a time. So it ain't no telling. No telling.
But Prince did open up the door for Tati to come on and actually tell what's going on. She did leave it open for her to actually say what's going on. I don't know if Tati's gonna do that.
Because I still feel like Prince has hope. Prince still has hope, in my opinion, right? That's just my opinion. Comment down below and let me know what you think. We'll see what happens, y'all. We'll see what happens.
But Prince did have a little continuation at the end of her video. So if Tati don't come forward with what really went down, I guess Prince gonna finish it off. However, Tati did respond after Prince's video. And she took down the first modest loving post. She took that down off of Instagram as of today. Now, I don't know after this video come out and everybody start noticing that, okay, she took down the nice post for this post. Maybe she'll put it back up. But as of right now, she put that first post down and she put up this post. And this post read, "It's hard to find the words, but I need to speak from my heart.
She done wrote a fucking book.
I'm feeling an overwhelming sadness, having to defend myself against the woman I gave 5 years of my life to. I gave her my everything, my love, my loyalty, my world. I left behind my family, my comfort, and the life I once knew because I believed in us.
Once again, I'm not going for the pity party, ladies. I know it's majority ladies who watch my video, but I'm not going for the pity party. I'm just not, right? I understand you had to relocate, whatever the case is, but baby, nobody held a gun to your head. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you did that, you did that. And I know, once again, y'all probably gonna call me selfish or I can't empathize or whatever the case is. I get it, all right? You picked up and moved, whatever the case is. It didn't work out, but you're not gonna try to throw that in my face and make me feel some type of way, right? Like, nah, bro, we're not doing that. You chose to do what you did, and you did. Whether it worked out or not, it is what it is, right? But let's not act like they both didn't benefit from that move. Not saying that Tati, like whatever train that was of thought just took off. It just took off. I don't know what the fuck where I was going with that, but what was I trying to say? I will say this. I'm not saying that Tati didn't sacrifice and didn't feel uncomfortable with the move and all of that. But at the same time, you can't hold that over somebody's head, or you can't hold that against somebody, right? That's all I'm saying.
Through everything, I was never disloyal. I wasn't perfect, but I stood by her in moments that broke me. I loved her through versions of herself that were in pain. I held space for her healing. I built with her, grew with her, and we were days away from starting a family of our own. When our so-called fans turned on her, I defended her every single time. I protected her when people dragged her name through the dirt. I did it with grace, even when I was hurting. And when I was told our marriage was over, I didn't scream. I didn't fight. I let go with love. I gave her the YouTube channel, the Facebook page, and everything in our business because I cared more about her well-being than keeping score.
I ain't gonna lie though, Tati, you a real one for that. You a real one for that. Let her have the YouTube channel. You a real one for that. For sure. Shout out to you. She got to get her credit on that. Because I was just going to ask, who's going to take the YouTube? Whose YouTube channel is it going to be now that they're not together? And normally, it's an argument over who's going to get the channel. That's why I be saying, like, look, if y'all started a channel together, you might as well, hey, we're going to leave this channel, start our own shit, so it is actually fair. But the fact that Tati was like, hey, you can have it, hey, man, shout out to her, bro. Great move.
I think Prince is just hurting and acting from a place of pain,
that's a big
not
move.
Truth. But I want to be clear. I never betrayed our marriage. Prince and I are working through things slowly, quietly, and privately. Please respect that.
Well, she came on video loudly and publicly and quickly. So, hey.
And to everyone who chose to judge, assume, and tear me down without ever hearing my side, GTFO. Still always moving with love and grace, T. And then, along with that, she put up this. And in this post here, it was...
Oh shit, fuck. Hold on, y'all. Alright. My camera stopped. Let's try this again.
Along with that, she put up this. And in this post here, it was a video of music playing by Nicki Minaj. And it said, some of the words was, kiss my ass.
Kiss my ass. Get my ass, bitch.
Deuces. That's some of the...
One thing I would say about this, right? We have all been through breakups, and breakups are not fun, right? One thing I can say is one benefit that they both got is learning lessons from the situation. And they also shared love together. They shared great times together, right? So you just gotta give thanks and be grateful for the good times. Be grateful for the lessons, right? That they can take on to the next relationship, the wisdom, I don't want to say mistakes, but the lessons learned, right? You can take those things into the next phase of your journey, and that can make you an even better version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Not only for that person, but like, my bad, y'all. I know I'm burping and all types of shit. Not only for the next person that you're with, but most importantly for yourself, to make yourself better. You know what I'm saying?
The words in the song.
So,
now, real quick, I just want to address something, because in that post that Tati made, that could be a little bit manipulating, only to me, because it makes it sound like the viewers been hating on Prince throughout their relationship, and that Tati always had to
defend her,
save her, or come in.
And that's why I ain't say nothing, because I don't know. I ain't been there, right? So I don't know if Prince got a whole lot of bullying or anything like that. So I don't know if she really had to defend her.
And that Tati always had to save her or come in and stop the comments and protect her and all that type of stuff. But in fact, Prince just started getting those comments. Prince was kind of getting a little bashed by some people before they heard her story, before she made her video. So Tati is speaking on that, not throughout their relationship. This is just now. Mm-hmm. And also the part where she says she didn't cheat throughout their relationship or their marriage. That was throughout their marriage. What about right now that they're, separating? Did she cheat? That caused the separation? And then also, at the end of her post, she said that they're both trying to navigate through their life. They're doing it peacefully and gracefully. Almost sounded like she's saying, leave them both alone, speaking on behalf of Prince. Prince has not said that. That's just something she's saying, so that you don't be misled again by thinking that they're working it out together or they want to be left alone. That's something that's coming out. Tati's post. She didn't post that, okay? I mean, Prince didn't post that. Tati posted that and said that. Just some of the things that she's saying in this post just makes it look like this has been going on for a long time. No, in fact, Prince finds this to be shocking. They had a beautiful relationship, she said, up until they moved to the UK. So just to let you know,
you switched up, bitch. You switched up. What happened? What happened? I'ma just say, man, ladies, y'all know y'all sneaky, man. Y'all know y'all sneaky. And when a woman is really checked out intimately, mentally, with a relationship, sometimes she won't even let you know. Sometimes she just trying to, like, ladies do a good job at positioning themselves for the next step. And you won't even know. You'll be way back here. Meanwhile, she planning her escape. You feel me? She planning her escape. And I noticed, right? I coach guys on my other channel, and we go through these type of things, and they tell me all types of things and stories about their own relationship and their own marriages and shit like that. Blindsided. Don't know what happened. Girl just left them. Same type of situation. But the fact of the matter is, she was already mentally checked out. She was already intimately checked out, right? That's just my opinion, you know? Some of these women are 10 steps ahead of you. 10 steps ahead of you. Right? They're already planning the escape. They already have an escape plan. They already have an exit plan. I'm going to thug it out, but once I get over there, then I'm going to make my move. Whatever the case is, right? And then it's going to be what it's going to be. But now I'm where I want to be. Now I'm in a better situation. By no means am I saying this is what Tati did. But I'm just saying, I have heard people go through the same things, right? And ladies, can we not all agree that sometimes you overstay your welcome in a relationship, or you stay in a relationship to where you're not, you know that you don't want to be in it anymore, but you know that other person does, right? And so you stay and you stay and you stay. And then you start doing shit to try to fuck up the relationship because you don't want to be in it anymore, but you don't want to directly say it. You know what I'm saying? But like a lot of women do things passive aggressively and they don't want to outright tell you, hey, this ain't working out, or hey, I don't feel the same, or hey, I kind of want to do this instead of that, you know? I kind of want to experiment. I kind of never got to do this or got to do that. So they don't really communicate and they kind of just do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they start complaining about shit they never complained about, or they start moving funny and they, you know, because they know it's going to get a reaction from you and they know that they're ready to move on type shit. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I don't know what's happening in this situation here, but I do know one thing. Seems like Tati had a plan. This seems strategic, right? But that's just an assumption.
A lot of things.
Let me know what y'all think.
Going on now. As far as the mental stability of it all, when she said that she realized that Prince was hurting, or that she didn't realize, you know, the extent of her pain, of Prince's pain or whatever. Let me just say this. When you get into a relationship, woman and woman relationship, and I'm just speaking from what I hear from people that's been in a woman and woman relationship, not for me, but from what people are saying. Of course,
you're like, not me, right? I'm not gay, not me, but I heard.
You can already assume and know that yes, to women, hormones and emotions and everything, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. Now, a lot of these feminine women get involved with these kind of masculine sort of females, thinking that they're not gonna have emotions, they're not gonna break down sometimes, they're not gonna need a shoulder to cry on, they're not gonna need a hug, they're gonna just handle it like, you know, regular men. They hold stuff inside. And that's why a lot of men go before women, because they hold stuff inside. They don't want to seem, you know, weak or whatever. So they hold it inside, and a lot of them ended up with heart attacks and, you know, all types of problems.
Heart attacks is crazy.
But as women, we can't hold stuff in all the time. We have to let it out. We have to show our emotions, and we have to let it out.
Like I tell my guys, man. Like I tell my guys. Express your emotions and let it out, but don't do it in front of your fucking woman. Please do not make that mistake. Don't do it. And I agree with what she's saying in this video, right? Women get with studs, right? And they assume that this stud is gonna be hard or not gonna show their emotions or not gonna be emotional, whatever the case is. But you have to understand, some studs are maybe even more emotional than the femme, right? So the femme is like, man, why did I get with a bitch? Why? Might as well be with a nigga at this point. Because I thought I was getting the best of both worlds. I got a nigga bitch, right? I got a nigga bitch. But my nigga bitch is acting like a bitch. More bitch than me. And I'll be telling my fellas out there, man. Do not, please, do not cry and all of that shit in front of your woman. I know that sounds crazy. And I know y'all are going to probably chop me up in the comments. I know it. I know it's coming. Diamond, no, you're wrong. I would want my girlfriend or my man to be able to vent to me. No, the fuck you don't. Stop. Ladies, stop. Stop it. You're fucking lying. All right? Because if you got to deal with this nigga's emotions, who's going to deal with yours? What about when you cry? You will be like, man, yeah, she's comforting me when I cry, but she crying too at the same time. Or he crying too. So that's why I say, man, like when it comes to this stud femme dynamic, I agree with what she's saying. This is a huge problem because you really can't. And that's why I haven't really said much about Prince, because I know she's a woman. I would roast my niggas. I talk shit to my niggas, bro, because you're a man, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're a man. But I can only say so much to Prince because she's a woman at the end of the day. Some women are more emotional, you know? So that just is what it is. And then y'all told me she was a Cancer on top of that. So we know how Cancers are with their emotions. We know how hard Cancers go in relationships, okay? But I'm gonna also say O.J. Simpson, he was a Cancer too. And that's why I was like, hold on. When y'all get angry, y'all get really fucking angry. And I didn't want her to kill nobody. I didn't want her to hurt nobody, you know what I'm saying? Because the way she was coming across in that video, I was scared. I was scared. And I'm not even Tati, right? So yeah, man, Yeah, let's continue, bro. Let's continue.
Now, I would say this to women who get in a relationship with women. If you can't deal with that, then I would suggest you don't do it. And women that's out there being more masculine and showing that I'm more masculine when you first get in a relationship, that you can hold stuff in and that you can just be the one to hug and support your girlfriend when she's down, and you always gotta be tough and stuff like that. Let me tell you something. A lot of them women out there are faking it until it gets deep. Okay, meaning until
you gotta have some game. You gotta have some game about yourself, bro. The only reason why Prince or any other stud feels that way is because they put that woman's love before they put the love that they have for themselves. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you can't love a woman, right? As a stud or a man or whatever the case is. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is a woman wants to feel like a woman, right? She wants to feel like this person is my rock, you know? Anytime I'm going through something, I can go to her or I can go to him. But when it's too emotional people, who's the rock? Y'all are both water, right? There's nothing solid, there's nothing firm that can just, the water can like flow around, right? But can never move. You gotta have some game about yourself, bro. That's all I can say. Studs out there, man, you know, fellas out there who may be watching, that's the main thing. That's the main thing, bro. You have to be strong. You got to be strong. And like she said, if you can't handle being that rock for that woman, don't even get involved, man. Because she's going to be turned the fuck off. Ladies, don't fucking lie. You're going to be turned off if your stud start acting like more of a bitch than you. You're going to be turned off. And to the studs and the dudes out there, man, like I said, go in the forest and cry. Go to your homegirl and cry, or your homeboy and cry, or your mama, or your daddy, or your cousin, or your auntie. Don't do that shit in front of your woman. She's dependent on you for emotional support, emotional security. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. But anyway.
5 years in a relationship, when you start getting comfortable and showing that feminine side of you, a lot of women don't understand that. They used to you being that masculine part. And so if you get in a relationship, you better be ready to show your feminine side as well as your masculine side if you want to put them together. But you better show that, yes, I'm a woman, I have emotions.
Fuck that. Okay. I'm not doing it. Get somebody else to do it. I ain't doing it.
Okay. Now, I'm thinking Tati didn't know how to handle Prince's breakdowns in the UK.
Because women don't want that, man. They don't want that soft ass shit. But at the end of the day, you fucking with a woman, right? So, once again, like she said, femmes out there, you want a stud and all of that, right? But some studs, they might be more emotional than you. So before you get too wrapped up, just make sure that that's okay. And I know it's not okay with y'all. Even though y'all might say it's okay, I'll take her. No, okay, you're actually gonna feel some type of way too when you're in that situation. Trust and believe.
And so now she might look at her as weak or something. Maybe it was a turn off. I don't know.
Yes, it was a turn off.
Sure looks funny.
And it's so funny because you know, you recording this video. You who made this video, Mega 5 stars, you know, because you're a woman, and if your nigga was over there crying, you would be like, oh man, he's a bitch, bro. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, he's a bitch. I'm over here looking at, because normally I do my videos on my laptop. Now I'm doing it on my camera, so I'm looking at the camera thinking I'm looking at you. Now I'm looking at you, right? You know. You a woman who sounds like you date men, right? So you know, if your nigga needs you for emotional support, you're like, God damn, man, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be a man. But it's different when it comes to women because it's like, damn, this is a woman, so I've got to deal with it unless you meet like a stud who is not going to do that to you. You know what I'm saying? Who is not going to put you in that position, which, I don't know, it's few and far between. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I'm not saying that Prince led her on or anything like that, so don't be up in the comments about that. I'm just saying that I'm just talking about women in general and their hormones. That's what I'm talking about, okay? The Prince herself said that she lost herself in a relationship, that she made it all about Tati, and that she lost herself. So when you do that, you can lose plenty of things, or hormone or emotions and everything about yourself. You can be holding stuff in and things of that nature. So that was the outcome. But anyway, no one should have to go through that. Everybody deserves love. Everybody deserves the support that they receive. And Prince seems to not have been getting that when she was having her emotional breakdown in the UK.
Oh, shit.
And if you're going to be in that type of relationship and you get married, you're supposed to be with your partner through sickness and in health. And Prince was going through a little sickness there. So for Tati to let her down, if that's the case, that was wrong. That was wrong. Me personally, I can't deal with another woman's emotions. My daughter's was enough.
I told you. She knows. She deal with niggas, and I'm pretty sure it turns her off if a nigga is being in his feelings and shit, right? Women don't like that shit. Women don't like that shit. That's what I be trying to tell my fellas, right? Stop. You're more emotional than her, fam. Then you wonder why she leaving, or you wonder why you getting disrespected, because she looks at you as the bitch in the relationship, fam. She sees panties on you, even though she's the one wearing panties. You might as well put them on, because that's how you act you act bitch made in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And this happens a lot, like she said, in stud femme relationships, because of the fact that the stud, still a woman. A lot of studs, I can't speak for all studs, but you know, a lot of studs, they gonna cry too. You know what I'm saying? They gonna cry with you, or they gonna feel some type of way, or whatever the case is. You know? So it's complicated.
She's grown and she out the house.
It's complicated.
Okay? All right. But for those who get in those type of relationship, respect your partner. Respect that your partner is a woman, and your woman needs the same type of love you receive.
But that's unfair though. I mean, it's unfair both ways, right? It's unfair for the studs who feel like they can't open up, when they can't be vulnerable with their woman. But it's not fair to the woman either, like the femme either, because that femme wants the rock, right? That femme doesn't want a bitch. I'm just being honest here. People gonna be mad what I'm talking about, but y'all know it. Y'all know it. A woman wants to feel like a woman. How could she feel like a woman and all of this stuff, and how could she feel safe and secure when you come into her crying? You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest, y'all. I'm just being honest. All right.
But anyway, guys, here's one of the last.
That shit just does not work. It does not work. It doesn't work. So if something doesn't work, don't do it. That's what I tell my guys, man. And that's why I'm not really preaching that to the studs out there, because you're a woman, right? So do what you want, but I can tell you it's not gonna work in your favor. I can tell you that.
Last post that Prince.
I can tell you that.
Video starts off by saying, if I lose myself, I lose it all. And then in her post she says, but I'd rather go to war with the world rather than be at war with myself. This time around I choose me. Betrayal, deception, and lies cannot exist in a divine partnership. I'll be back on the hunt for love again someday. But for now, my journey continues, and I still have dreams to achieve. I'm not going anywhere, so get used to seeing me. Listen, that's deep. This is one deep person. I wish Prince well throughout her history and throughout her.
She gonna be just fine, man. She gonna be just fine. But you gotta learn the lesson. Never love nobody more than you love yourself, bro. It just is what it is. Never put nobody above you. I know that sounds narcissistic or whatever you want to call it, but I'm telling you, the best thing that you can do is be there for you. The more that you're there for you, the more that you prioritize you, the more that you pedestalize you, the more that you can be a great leader for those who are in your space and in your energy, in your vibration, right? The more of a positive influence you can be on those around you, right? But you can't be that if you're in reaction, right? When you're invested in your feelings and emotions, you don't think logically, right? There's no structure to emotions. It's just emotions. But once again, we're talking about a woman here, you know what I'm saying? So hey, it is what it is. I wish the best for Tati and Prince. We'll see what unfolds after this, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Other than that, I'm gonna finish the rest of my food because I be trying to keep it cute while making these videos right here. But at the end of the day, man, I know I still be smacking, I still be burping, all types of shit. Look, I will see y'all in the next one. I'll be back with another video. Make sure you tell a friend and tell a friend and tell the ancient mama, tell the uncle Joe we still hall. We'll see you guys in the next motherfucking video. And I love y'all, man. Peace. We out, baby.